Yeah, I want to talk about the diet factor for diabetes. Diet is very important for those who are having diabetes. Diabetes can be diabetes 1 or 2, whatever the diabetes you are having. You should know that it is very important for you to avoid eating poorly because 70% or 70 something percent of those who have diabetes is as a result of poor feeding habits. There are others, like in case of diabetes 1 and some few cases of diabetes 2, comes as a result of genetic or hereditary factors. Now, whatever the case, in diabetic condition, we should ensure that we curb our consumption of sugar-rich foods. Every human being is supposed to control his or her intake of sugars, especially monosaccharides, because monosaccharides are too fast to be assimilated into the system. Now, coming for the aspect of dietary plan, how do we explain? We know that there are three kinds of sugar: monosaccharides, disaccharides, and many forms of polysaccharides or starch. We have to understand that when you are consuming food, you should not combine starchy foods. When you combine starchy foods, you are increasing your chances of heavy sugars or sugar into your system. How do you explain when you take spaghetti and combine with bread? It's wrong. Spaghetti is wheat that is made up of starch, is sugar. It's heavy complex sugar. And when you take bread, bread itself is flour that is sugar as well. And in the flour that they made the sugar, the bread which is sugar, they put cubes of sugar. So if you are eating spaghetti and bread, you are eating three sugars. There's nothing there other than three sugars. Look at the person who is eating corn fufu, and taking corn beer, sha. You eat fufu corn and take sha. You are taking sugar and sugar. You don't have to do that. How do you explain when you eat rice or you eat cocoyam or you eat achu or you eat the corn fufu and you step down with beer? You are taking sugar as fufu corn, you are taking sugar as achu, and then you step down with beer. Beer is sugar, is corn. We don't have to do that. You have to understand that you don't combine sugars if you want to avoid sugar related problems. So we should be very conscious of our diet. How do you explain when you give a child pap and puff puff before the child goes to school, or you as an adult you comfortably sit down and eat puff puff and pap? Puff puff is flour that is starch, that is sugar. And in the puff puff flour, they put cubes of sugar. You eat it with pap that is corn, that is starch and is sugar. And in the pap, they put cubes of sugar. It's terrible. When you do that, even if you don't have diabetes, you are training your system what we call, you are making your system to develop what we call insulin resistance. When you develop insulin resistance, you are classified to be pre-diabetic. And in the nearest future, you will become diabetic. For those who are already diabetic, should avoid such meals. It is not restricted that you are not restricted not to eat those foods, but eat them at the right time. If you are eating the puff puff with pap, it's wrong. Eat it with beans. If you are eating the pap, eat it with akara beans. If you are eating the fufu corn or the corn fufu, eat it within the early hours of the day with your vegetable and maybe fish that has fat and protein, that's balanced diet. Adults are not even, if you are an adult above 40, you should avoid beer because beer is sugar rich. Because at above 40, most individuals have more of sedentary lifestyle, they indulge in less physical activity. Then you should go for wine and refined whiskey if you must take alcohol. And we should know that alcohol is not only sugar rich, it's also what? It's also detrimental to your health, if especially if you abuse it with respect to causing you some kind of alcoholic hepatitis or cirrhosis of the liver. So please, let's be conscious. Diabetics, you have some rich foods that when you consume is going to help to curb the blood sugar level, like bitter leaf, like cabbage, cruciferous vegetables, like carrots, though it's sweet, it helps to reduce blood sugar level. Pear is a magic food that is very effective, and soursop too is good in reducing blood sugar. Thanks for watching the video. If you have You learned, you try to press the share button for your friends to benefit, and give a thumbs up and press the subscribe button to have access to subsequent videos. Thank you.